again. And I'm coming to you today because we finished Genesis and we're going into Exodus. Now, how did the people of Israel, Joseph's lineage, name changed to Israel, 12 tribes? Yeah, those people. How did they get in bondage with the Egyptians? Well, I would recap, but like I said, we don't have much time, so I'm gonna just jump right in it. If you've been following my videos on Genesis, you should know where we are now. Well, we started off Joseph, Joseph in the coat of many colors, right? Started a family, helped save his family. Him and the Egyptians got cool. Lived happily ever, right? Ever after, right? Not exactly. They lived for a while and then they went through Pharaoh. Egyptians went through King Pharaoh after Pharaoh until we got to a Pharaoh that didn't know who the heck the Israelites were or why they were even there. But one thing he did notice is that yeah, those Israelite people, them Hebrews over there, are populating a bit much. They're having a lot of men. Yeah, that's not cool. So he came up with this crazy idea to try to kill all the males in their lineage, in the Hebrew lineage or in the Israelites. Try to not all of them, but knock down their number a little bit so they would stay beneath the Egyptians. So he went to try to do that, and it was going all well and good. But one of the handmaidens, so one of the ladies that helped give birth, she gave one lady gave birth to a child from one of the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel, and this tribe was specifically the tribe of Levi. And if anybody knows about the tribe of Levi from the tribe of Israel, the Levites are pretty much the priests of the nations, which is very interesting. But anyway, he came from the tribe of Levi. She took the baby, put him in a basket, and pushed him down the river so they won't catch him and kill him. Well, this baby was found by one of the Egyptian princesses, and she found the baby and was like, "Oh, this baby's so cute!" And she had the baby go stay with the Hebrews to get born, get out the baby stage. And when the baby grew up enough, they gave that baby back to her. Well, needless to say, that baby's name was Moses. And the reason why his name was Moses is because he was drawn out the water. That's what his name means, to be drawn out. So Moses grew up. He became, he got older, and he noticed an Egyptian was persecuting Israelite or a Hebrew. Because of what they was doing. Not only did they kill all the as many firstborn sons as they could, or as many males as they could, they started persecuting him and enslaving the Israelites. So he saw this happen. He saw this Egyptian beating up on this guy, and he killed him. Now the Bible isn't specific about how he killed this guy, but he killed this guy. So when the Pharaoh found out that Moses killed an Egyptian, oh, that was his head. They were going to kill him. So Moses got the heck on. Well, before that, he saw two guys fighting or arguing, and he was telling them, "What's wrong with y'all?" And this dude like, "What, you gonna kill me too? Like you killed the other guy?" When Moses realized that the Egyptians, everybody found out that he killed that guy, he left. He fled. He fled to the land of Midian, where the Midianites were. Well, when he fled there, he met his future father-in-law named Jethro, and he met his future wife, and he married a Midianite woman, and he was there, and that's where he hid off. Now, when he hid off there, God spoke to him because the people of Israel were still going through persecution, but a lot of the Egyptians and stuff was dying off too, still. But anyway, he was there tending the sheep and all that good stuff, and God led him to a mountain, and in this mountain he found this place where in this place it was a burning bush. But this burning bush wasn't really burning. It was burning, but it wasn't getting consumed by the fire. So, he got ready to walk up there, and God spoke to him, and God was actually in the burning bush. Can you believe that? So, anyway, God talked to him in the burning bush. He said, "Take your shoes off. This is holy ground. I got something to tell you, Moses. Moses, I choose you to let my people go. I am the father of Abraham. Y'all know Abraham. I'm the God of Abraham. I'm the God of Isaac. I'm the God of Jacob. I'm the God of Joseph. And guess what? I'm the God over you too. And the same God that was over all those other individuals is I'm the God that's telling you that I want you to save my people." So Moses was like, "Well, crap, God. Well, who do I tell people who you are. And God said, I am that I am. And if they ask who sent you, tell them I am sent you. So, after that whole experience, Moses got scared and he was like, well, God, I got this speech impediment, so I can't really talk real right. And, it frustrated God a little bit, but God was like, okay, I'll work with you. Get Aaron and have Aaron to talk, right? For you. Have Aaron to talk. And, yeah, we'll work it out that way. So, when Aaron, so the trick was, Aaron talked for Moses, and Moses, was the image of God. They went to Pharaoh the first time, and after that, before he went, he almost died because he didn't circumcise his son, and he almost got. But his wife, thank God for his wife, she circumcised that son and kept Moses from dying because God was real serious about the circumcision situation. See, with Abraham, for everybody to be in the image and in the promised lineage or the God's chosen people, you needed to be circumcised. That was important. So anyway, he went to Pharaoh and he said, Pharaoh, God said, let my people go. Pharaoh got upset and he was like, the heck wrong with you? Make them work more since you want to play with me like that. So the people got mad at Moses and Moses went back to Pharaoh. God said, let the people go. And, Pharaoh didn't do nothing. So, what ended up happening was, God showed Pharaoh wonders through Moses. The first one was when he took a stick and threw it down. When the stick turned into a snake, you think that would catch Pharaoh's attention, but it didn't. He had some magicians to do the same thing. The crazy thing about it is God's snake that came from Moses ate the other two snakes up, and then the staff turned back into a staff for Moses. So, it didn't sway Pharaoh's heart. So then we go into, the plagues. And when we go into the plagues, there were 10 different plagues on Egypt, okay? 10 different plagues. The first plague was God made the waters turn to blood. He jacked up all the drinking supply. And when he turned the waters into blood, the fish in the sea and all the animals, they were dying and nobody could drink, and that stayed for a little while, about a little over 7 days. It stayed. But, did that plague stop Pharaoh? No. He had his magicians to try to turn water into blood, so he stayed. And then, the second plague was God called frogs to come up to the land. And frogs got in everything, the stove, the fridge, the food, everything. And at this point, Pharaoh said, you know what? Wait a second, Moses. Tell God that if you get rid of the frogs, I'll let the people go. Moses said, bet. He prayed to God, the frogs got gone. Guess what? Moses didn't let the people go. So we move on to our third plague, because, this time you just playing with God. God called for flies. Flies came. And you know what? The magicians, they was bringing frogs, and then they start bringing flies too. And, when that happened, Pharaoh was like, look, tell your God to move the flies, now let the people go. They prayed to God. God got rid of the flies. They didn't let the people go. So we move on to the where are we now? Oh, the third plague was lice. I'm sorry, it was lice. And since the magicians brought lice, Pharaoh wasn't moved, but he told them to move the lice, and it was good. He didn't. So we go to the fourth plague, the flies. Pharaoh pumped out as Moses to beg God to remove the flies. Moses removed the flies, and that was gone. Then we go on to the other plagues, which is he put disease and destroyed the livestock. That was the fifth plague. The sixth plague was he put boils on the people of Egypt. The seventh plague was hail and fire coming from the sky, which was very, very interesting. And again, Pharaoh asked Moses, look, remove the plague. Please tell God, and I'll let the people go. We get to the eighth plague, and Moses tell God, and the same thing happened. The people didn't get let go. So now we move to the eighth plague is locusts. And with the eighth plague, which is being locusts, it got into everything. Locusts got into everything. And, again, he was like, look, I'm sorry, Moses. Tell God I sinned. I apologize. Get rid of this locust, and I promise I'll let these people go. He didn't let them go. So Moses prayed, got rid of the locusts. He didn't let the people go. So he went into the ninth plague and he put the land in darkness. When he put the land in darkness, he put them in darkness. And at that point, Pharaoh was just mad at Moses. And he said, "You know what? Get away from me. I don't want to see your face no more. If I do, I'm gonna kill you." Because Moses kept coming back to Pharaoh after every plague, saying, "God said, let my people go." And Pharaoh's just been playing with him. So Pharaoh got teed off, and he was like, "Get out of my face, or I'm gonna kill you." Then we get to the last plague, the death of the firstborn child. Now, the cool thing about this last plague, and I know I'm going a little over my time with this one, but I found this very, very interesting. The way this thing happened is correlates with the Passover. Now, first of all, Pharaoh was going to do that first. He failed. He was trying to kill the firstborn child. He failed. So God was like, "This is the last plague for killing the firstborn child." So on the 10th month, he told Moses, "This is going to be you guys' first month of the year." If anybody understands what the 10th month is, that's October. And on October the 14th, on the 10th month, on the 14th day, he said, "Listen, get a lamb. And I want y'all to get some families. If you have small families, get with your neighbor's family. Kill it, sacrifice it to me. Take the blood and put it over your doors. And when you got this blood over the doors, you know what I mean? When you got the blood over the doors, that'll be a good thing. After that, finish cooking the lamb. And I don't mean boil. Don't boil the lamb. Don't bake it. Put that grill that lamb. Put it over some fire and cook it. So after you cook the lamb, and I'm almost done, yeah. After you cook the lamb, eat what you can eat, and then the remains, burn it all the way up. This will be my sacrifice, and this is what I'm going to call my Passover. And the reason why he called it his Passover, because all the families that had the blood on the post of their door, they got passed over, so their firstborn child did not die. But everybody in Egypt that didn't know about all that stuff, and all those Egyptians, their firstborn child died. That's the reason why this is called the Passover. So if y'all think about it, on October, everybody talks about Halloween, but there's another interesting thing we need to keep in our understanding. It's the Passover, which happened on October the 14th. Very, very interesting, and a lot of people don't really talk much about it, but it happened on October the 14th. It's very, very interesting. So anyway, after the Passover happened, Pharaoh was like, "This is crap. I'm letting these people go. Let them go." Moses took the people of Israel and got the heck on, and they took them through the wilderness because he didn't want the people to get scared going through straight land, turn around, see Pharaoh's army getting them, and they run back to Pharaoh's army because they scared. So he took them through the wilderness, and they was led by day by a cloud and at night by a light. So, when they got to the sea that they was going to walk through, the Egyptians, they was following them, and God sent an angel to send a cloud that was darkness for the Egyptians, but still provided light for the Israelites. Isn't that cool? God told Moses to open that sea up so they can walk through, and I kid you not, the sea opened, and they walked through this sea, which was amazing. And at this point, when the army was going in the sea, they were still chasing after the people of Israel. But at one point, God said, "All right, it's time to close it up." And when he made sure all the people of Israel made it to the other side, he closed that bad boy up. And before he closed it, the Egyptians was trying to run back because they came to a realization of something. See, this is the reason why God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Not because he wanted to just eradicate Pharaoh and this, that, and that, but he wanted Pharaoh to know that the Israelites' God is the one and only true God. They needed to know that. And in that instance, when they was running at the people of Israel, they realized that. And they said their God fights for them. Get away. But at that point, God drowned everybody in this. And Moses and all the Israelites, they were saved. Now that's the first segment in a part of um, Exodus. Oh, and that's actually where the term Exodus comes from, because the people of Israel are exiting Egypt. Ain't that right? The Exodus is when God had them to get all their stuff up and leave Egypt. The Exodus. That's the reason why it's called Exodus. But other than that, that's my first part for the book of Exodus. I got one more section to go, and a section and a half, maybe ish, and we'll be good, man. But that's what happened with the Moses story in the beginning, anyway. That's where the Prince of Egypt stops. This is Minister Ricky Sellers, Agape Community Christian Church. Y'all be blessed. I'm out. Peace.